Morning, Rob.
Morning, Lee.
Monday, just at our weekly sprint planning. What are you doing this week, Rob?
Yeah, so a couple of things. I'm going to be focusing on current pixels on Switch. So I'm going to try and finish off the UI navigation. So I've made good progress on the main menu. So I need to finish that off. Make sure all the buttons work. So if I press A, it actually selects and stuff like that. And then I need to do the same thing for when you're actually in the game, colouring pixels. Other than that, we've got some Christmas stuff this week, haven't we?
Yeah.
So I'm going to be adding an event for Hexseed for PC. We probably won't be able to do a patch
Not in
for
time,
Switch, unfortunately. But yeah, we're going to make it Christmassy for the month of December. So we've got an event for Colour Pixels that runs during December. So we're just going to try and make the game a bit more Christmassy. But yeah, I think that's probably it for me. I know you've got some Christmas decorations to put up.
Yeah, that's gonna be one of my tasks. Get the decorations up, make this place Christmassy as well. Alongside getting the Advent book finished. That'll be getting done this week, of course, coming out on Friday. Sort of achievements as well, and you can do achievements for both DLCs, for Colour Pixels and Hexseed. Because Hexseed DLC is out on Friday as well, but everything else for that's sorted.
I need to finish testing those levels. Well.
Yeah, you do, yeah. And that's pretty much it. There's still a YouTube video to do. We're doing that tomorrow. But yeah, just DLCs. Also a Steam sale as well. Need to get prepped for that. That's on Wednesday. So yeah, a few small jobs. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So I've got one more image in game and ready. It's this sort of bauble and holly with a little candle. It's quite difficult to do, surprisingly, but it's done now. I had a quick test, and I'm going to take a quick break from doing that to get these decorations up. See what we've got in this box, and we'll put them up. So we have it. Everything's been put up. This is falling down, so we're going to bring some pins tomorrow. Just take that up more securely. But everything's up. Got the big Merry Christmas sign right there, and just a few bits of bobs draped around. So yeah, we should be seeing that in the upcoming videos.
Alright, so I've made a lot more progress with the UI stuff. So you can now go around and select every level. Then if you go to the right, it selects which book. I've just been trying to get a bit of sort of intuitiveness integrated in it. So it remembers the last level you had selected when you go into the book select. So it always returns there. The same with, like, if you go into the settings menu, you can scroll up and down this as much as you want. You can see that it remembered where I was in the settings menu when I last left it. So I press B, it will return to the same level that I pressed settings menu on. Same happens with the credit screen. Still got this big ugly blue box, but yeah, it's feeling a lot nicer now. Yeah, there's still lots more to do. Pressing A on any of these does absolutely nothing yet, so I need to integrate all of that and get a lot of the settings actually working with the A presses and get these sliders working. But yeah, good progress.
So it's a little later on, it's 7 o'clock, but all 24 images are done, they're in game. There's still some work to do on the pack that need to be put into order of size, and we need to I need to set up the actual Advent capability, so given the numbers 1 to 24 and make them open daily. So that still needs doing, but I'll do that later. The important bit of getting actual images in game is done. All of the new images today, these ones right here, there was 7 of them. I've gone through and I have give them the once over to make sure there's no obvious problems, and they've been corrected. So yeah, pretty proud of today's work. Just glad it's done, ready for the next steps, and pretty close to release.
Lee,
Rob,
it's Tuesday.
it's Tuesday.
Look how Christmassy it looks in here now. And you got the decorations. This one fell down, didn't it?
I did. We'll see what this is.
I absolutely forgot to bring some pins in. Oh well, tomorrow. Because Blue Tack doesn't quite do the job, does it? But yeah, we're just on stand up. What are you doing today?
Yes, I'm going to do a quick check of the autumn sale for Steam. Double check we've got all our games on there. That one on there, or what can get on there. And then other than that, just YouTube video. Get that done today. Should be pretty straightforward.
Yeah, good stuff. As for me, I'm going to be starting on a Christmassy winter themed event for Hexseed. So we're just going to get a bunch of snowflakes on screen, change the colour palette out to be more Christmassy. Yeah, it's going to be great. Okay, so I've been working on putting together a little winter holidays themed event for Hexseed. So this is what we'll come up with. I spent some time getting some little snowflakes and adding a little snowy effect that we think looks quite nice. Then when you're in game, we changed the colour of the walls so they're more like goldy to be a bit more Christmassy. Yeah, we think it looks quite nice. Not intrusive, it's just a small thing that we wanted to do. Yeah, another thing that we wanted to do was swap out these bomb icons for snowflakes, but we wanted to give it a bit more variety. So with the Halloween update, there was only one pumpkin bomb icon. I mean, yeah, it was okay, but we kind of wanted to just add that little extra flavour. So what I've done is I've added this little script that randomises which icon you get for a bomb. They're all snowflakes. But yeah, we've got 9 different snowflakes to choose from. This little icon on the top left as well, that also randomises every time you load level. But yes, it's just kind of cool. But yeah, I think that's pretty much done. Lee's going to need to do some testing. There's some bug fixes I've done for the Halloween event as well. But yeah, I think I'm actually going to do this unique bomb tile thing for the Halloween event as well. So I'm just going to quickly go back and sort that out. I think he's trying to measure how high the window is with the tape measure. Okay, so another thing I've been working on is this little indicator here. So this is a little thing that I've been trying to make it so you can see which book you've got selected, which is something that we actually get quite a bit of feedback from on the PC version. I don't think what we're doing here will work for PC, but all I'm doing is adding a little extra graphic on the button that you have to press to open that book. So patterns in this case. I'm not happy with this current artwork. I don't know, it looks a bit weird. I'm not 100% happy with the way that it switches as well. So as you can see, like when you press down for a split second, it shows that you've got 2 things selected, which isn't quite true. So there's still a bit of work to go on that, but that's what I'm gonna be spending the rest of my day on now that the event stuff's done and dusted.
So it's 3 o'clock and the video is exporting now. So whilst it's doing that, I'm going to go and make the thumbnail and everything else that's necessary for the upload. And then after that, I'll make a start on actually making the admin book work like an admin book, because I haven't actually set that up yet. So we'll get that started. So I've set up the Advent 3 book to be set up like an advent calendar. So that's why they're all assigned different numbers. We're just testing it now, seems to be working fine. So the advent book will stay locked for all of December, but open up daily. I've gone ahead by manually changing the date on my PC. So I think it's Christmas Eve, which is why they're all open, but I'll quickly change this to earlier in the month and then refresh the page. Some of these will be locked as if it's waiting for the day. So that's how we manipulate it whilst we're testing it. But yeah, the only issue we've come across, if it changes to 2022, then the book's locked again. We had the same issue last year, I believe. But yeah, that's a bit to fix before release. But everything else is fine. And yeah, it's going to be a case of now testing the images one by one to make sure they're all up to scratch. Morning, Rob!
Hello, it's Music Wednesday!
Music Wednesday!
Yeah. We just done stand-up, a little bit late today because I've been working from home. I've been testing levels, basically just finishing off the end of the Hexseed DLC that's coming out on Friday. There's a couple of corrections that I need to make, so I need to make those corrections. I've also watched the devlog as well, which I did yesterday. There was nothing to correct there, but I still have to upload it and stuff down here. Yeah, other than that for me, it will just be Clone Pixels UI stuff. Still going to take ages, but I'm getting there. What are you doing anyway?
Very good, yeah. So being Wednesday before release, I'm doing the achievements. I've started the Hexseed achievements already, which are only translating in different languages. And then there's the Clone Pixel achievements as well. They'll need testing once they've been published as well. And then other than that, there's just the testing for Clone Pixels. Still the half the images to go through and double check everything. Also the autumn Steam sale today. So I want to get the announcement post for that ready and sent off. Well, it's scheduled for later on.
Okay, so not much of an update from me today, but I've been working more on these controls. So I've actually had a quick go at this world select thing. So now it's like a little bold outliner thing, which I think looks a bit better, and it actually does indicate which one you've got open. So that's quite nice. I've also done a bunch of other things. So if you like select a book, you say if I press A, the button that actually goes in, like is pressed in, and then when you release it loads. That's new. Got all of this settings menu working. There's still going to be quite a few things I need to do on this, mainly because every time you make a change, it saves all of the main menu data. It's just the way it worked on PC. You can't do that on Switch though, because it's basically just like attacking the hardware or something. So I'm gonna have to do a bit of adjustment for that. But all the settings are working, apart from dark mode. I don't know what's wrong with dark mode. But yeah, that's nice. I've also managed to get some of the UI working in the actual game when you're playing the game. So we've got a couple more controls. So if you press Y, that's sort of the delete save button. I'm not sure if that keybind will stick. We've got X for prestige. We can go left and right on here, and then you can cancel them. There's still a few bugs with that though, so if I go back, you'll see that there's nothing selected. I think I know why that is, but I'll sort it tomorrow. But yeah, we're getting there. There's just so much to do, isn't there?
A little bit all over the place today, as predicted. So it's getting towards the end of the day now. Finished up most of the tasks, so I've just scheduled the Steam sale posts. They'll be going out at 6:15, even though the sale's technically just started. If you go to a Steam store page, it's got the autumn sale all set up. But again, schedule a post to be 15 minutes later, just so we don't step on Steam's toes. Because they like to be the first to post about it most of the time. Other than that, there's been a lot of just DLC work, so the achievements have been made and sent off. Haven't uploaded the current pixel achievements yet because there's still some testing to do, and that's what's left for me to do now. So I've tested all of the images and I've made some corrections. There's 4 corrections that we made, and 2 of them are quite large changes, so still need to go ahead and play those 2 levels, get them finished, and once I'm finished with those and happy that there's no more changes to be made, I will then upload the current pixels achievements. So yeah, just going to finish up the last 2 images and then I'm going to call it here today.
Look, it's Thursday. Yeah. Yeah, we're just on stand up. What are you doing?
Yeah, so I finished testing all the current pixels images last night. They're all good to go. I'm going to upload the achievements now, get them tested, get the announcement posts, both the DLCs scheduled for tomorrow. So that's both the Exceed and the Advent preview announcements. They only go out. I need to get some gifts for those as well to show off the new Exceed mechanic, as well as the Christmas event that we went out live with it as well. And then other than that, just doing some marketing posts for Christmas, so get little gifts of the Advent preview and just start scheduling those to go out with spoiler tags so people don't get the image spoiled, but it'll be festive one of it.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, for me, you said there's been reports of bugs on Hexeed's Switch. Yeah. So yeah, for some reason, some people's hexes are just being like auto-completed in a weird way. So I guess I'm going to try and look at that, see what's going on there. I'm not quite sure. We haven't seen that bug before, so hopefully I should be able to fix it. But yeah, I'm going to look at that. And if I have time, then I'll be continuing on with the UI stuff for Clone Pixels and Switch. Okay, so the bug that people have been noticing now is all got to do with the performance improvements I tried to put in a couple of weeks ago. So basically, it only works on some levels, but if you load a level, this is someone saved that kindly sent in, you'll notice that a couple of these hexes haven't actually worked properly. So all the way down here, and if I get the little selector, it doesn't lock onto them or anything, or I can't press any buttons to actually interact with them. That basically just spoils the level for them because they can't actually complete the level, which kind of sucks. But I think I found the problem. So basically the algorithm that I've got to find data for each hex has this quick return at the top. All it's doing is checking to see if the position you're looking for actually is within the bounds of the level. For some reason this isn't working. So what I can do is just comment this out and everything seems to work like that. So yeah, unfortunately it's going to take a patch to fix, so I'm going to try and get that sorted out now. That'll probably be me for the rest of the day because it's going to take a while.
It's only 3 o'clock now, and I've just gotten all the posts done for the DLC releases. So that's both the Hexeed DLC and the Clone Pixels DLC. This morning, the achievements were uploaded as well. They seem to be working fine. Apart from still need a quick test just to make sure they're popping in the correct order. Because it was difficult to tell because these are in a different order than normal, with it being the Advent book. One small change to the announcements is we decided since we've got 2 DLCs on the same day, just do one group announcement for Discord and put them both in one. So yeah, there it is there. For everything else, like Twitter, everything else is still 2 separate posts just to keep it separate. Well, Twitter has the letter count already, so it's easier to have 2 separate tweets for that. But yeah, I'm going to do 2 more posts just regarding the December events, specifically the Christmas events for both Hexseed and Colour Pixels, just so people don't get confused if they log on and see it a bit different if they miss the DLC announcement. So yeah, we're going to do that, and then we want to doing some marketing posts for Christmas on Colour Pixels. So I've just finished doing the event posts. The Hexseed is linked to the actual update that's just gone out because there's actually some new things added, some genuine patch notes to have on here. More importantly, the Christmas event is brand new to Hexseed. Obviously, it's first Christmas that we've run with Hexseed, so the event's brand new. So I made a whole big post about it, just what the seasonal effect is, what it looks like, and how you can turn it on and off if you want to. For Colour Pixels, however, because there's no actual update, the seasonal effect's been in for a number of years now. I've just done sort of a reminder post for anyone who may have forgotten or anyone who is new to the game and hasn't played over Christmas. And I've sort of done it as kind of like a fun Q&A, so why there's no in Colour Pixels. This is why it's an event. Again, you can opt out if you want, and it'll run for the whole month. And a little bit of a PA about the Advent books, because if you purchase the Advent book for the first time, you may be surprised to see that you can't play them straight away if you're on the 1st of December. So sort of describing how the Advent books work and how you can, again, opt out for previous Advent books, but obviously Advent 3, you will have to wait for the day-to-day. So hopefully that'll be a bit of sort of a help for anyone who hasn't played Colour Pixels during the Christmas season yet. Yeah, it's quite fun doing this one. For the rest of the day, I'm just going to be getting a bunch more gifts, all of the new Advent books, so I'm going to do sort of daily Christmas posts about all the new images. We post them as spoilers for anyone who doesn't want the picture spoiled for them. Rob? It's Friday, it's looking very Christmassy around you now.
Yes, I remembered to bring the pins in, so I managed to get all the decorations up, not just on the floor now, so around there as well. That's good.
Yeah, we just had to stand up, the phone was dead. We had to stand up earlier about what we're doing. What are you doing today, Rob?
So I'm starting off today by looking on the Hexseed switch patch. So we basically noticed one small bug in the settings menu, and we haven't sent the current patch off to lot check yet, so I'm just going to quickly make a small change to the settings menu, redo another patch, and hopefully send that off to lot check today. Hopefully I'll have time to do some Colour Pixel switch work as well, but we'll see.
Yeah, cool. So for me, I was doing a bit of advertising, sort of marketing things earlier today. Scheduled all of the Advent images to go on Reddit with a spoiler tag, just sort of like a daily sort of bit of interaction on there. And I've made a start on the Hexseed DLC as well, the final one of the year. I've been just sort of setting up the store page, getting all the assets ready. Gonna be just making a start on that, get the plan sorted, take it kind of easy.
Yeah, I feel like you've done all of your work like a day early, so now you're just like, I don't know what to do, I'm all over the place.
Pretty much, yeah. Sent the Patreon poll off early as well for January, even though it's not even December yet, but there we have it, it's out. They've got like half a month to vote, they've got a long time to choose.
Good stuff. Okay, so one of the things that we discovered this morning, or I guess Lee did, is that the Animal DLC just released on the Switch. So they're scheduled to all come out on the last Thursday of every month, which was yesterday. We just completely forgot about it, to be honest. But it's all automated, so we don't have to press any buttons or anything like that, which is one of the nicer things that the Nintendo store page offers. So one of the things that we got an email about this morning was all about the rotating mechanic. So Animal DLC introduces the rotating tiles, but someone had disabled rotating tiles in the settings, and Lee just had to explain to them that you need to turn it back on and stuff. But there isn't a button to manually rotate on the Switch like there is on the PC, because on the PC you just press R, all the tiles rotate, and everything's fine, but there isn't a button. So this disable timer button is actually pointless, so we need to get rid of that. Yes, that's one of the things I wanted to fix. And also, a small thing that I noticed is if you scroll up from this time speed thing to the settings above, it skips the disable timer. So I need to fix that as well. I'm sure it'll be fine. Yes, the Hexseed patch is all done and submitted off to lot check, which is good. So back on this, one of the things I'm trying to tackle today is it's gonna be difficult to show. Hang on, how do I? Yeah, so Lee's holding the thing now because I can't really demonstrate this without two hands. So the way that the selection thing works is it's got like a pressed value when you press in a button. It's the same value as actually pressing with a finger as well. So you can see if you press both, then it doesn't quite work as expected. So I'm going to try and split that out. Basically make these two different types of input independent of each other. So hopefully you don't get little bugs like that.
Bit of an update of what I've been doing today, a little bit all over the place. Here's the Reddit schedule posts. There's 24 of them, they're all pretty much exactly the same, but instead they've got a different link, and each one will show the day's picture. I plan to do the same thing in Discord, but I can't find a way to actually add them to schedule messages and keep them spoiler free. I've even tried copying the URL of a spoiler image, but it doesn't work, so I'm going to have to do this manually, but that's fine, just a small task every day. Other than that though, I've been working on the Rimor DLC. I sent the store page off for approval. All these localizations have been done, all of the assets have been made as well. So that's all out of the way and ready. I'm just waiting for Valve to actually approve this, hopefully be done over the weekend, can make the store page live next week. And we'll finally have it finished up by creating the world. You see these lighter pink are all actual levels we've got so far, so there's obviously quite a lot to do because I haven't started the bulk of it yet, but the world layout's done, all the levels are linked, and that's been pushed. I thought it corrupted the file, but I was able to restore that, so that's good. But yeah, a lot of the tedious work out of the way, now it's just a case of making the levels, and then that'll be ready for next month. Well,
Lee. I was surprised at it. What's going on?
It's the weekend.
Yes.
So I've had a pretty busy week this week, because I've got a double release coming out later on today.
Yes, my alarm's set.
Yep, getting ready for both buttons this time. So yeah, as you can see, obviously decorations, that was the start of this week, they've gone up. Finally got pins to stick up the rest of the stuff as well. So that's all good, look very Christmassy in here.
Yes,
Getting in the spirit.
Good job.
Yeah. But yeah, as we started the week with Colouring Pixels, finishing up the DLC. That's the Advent 3 DLC, it's all ready for tonight. There's a lot of testing for that as well. Got a lot of gifts, because we've been doing loads of different scheduling marketing posts to do throughout December. There was a few things you've done on the Switch for Colouring Pixels as well. You've done the mainly the UI navigation, right? Settings page, most importantly, pretty big. And other than that, I've just done the achievements and the announcement posts again for the release tonight. A nice Christmas announcement as well, so people can understand how the Advent books work if they've never used one before on Colouring Pixels, and what the snow effect is, how to turn it off or turn it on if you want to take part.
We always get messages about it, so every year
Yeah.
it's the same thing.
my book's broken.
Yeah. No, it's supposed to be like that.
Yeah, and that's been Hexseed. It's been a bit of both of us for Hexseed as well, right?
Yeah. So I did a bit of bug fixing for Hexseed. There was a pretty bad bug which stopped people from completing levels. That's fixed. Fixed a small thing with the settings menu as well. So submitted a patch. That's all sent off for lot check and stuff. So hopefully that'll get turned around quite fast. But other than that, I was working on the Christmas event. So we've got a Christmas event for Hexseed now as well, which just runs for the month of December. So you get snow and the colour palette changes. It looks quite nice. Quite pleased with myself. Get little snowflakes for the box and stuff.
Yep.
But yeah, so hopefully that'll be a bit of fun. Other than that, you've been doing some DLC stuff as well. So obviously we've got the DLC that's coming out tonight for Hexseed as well. You've been doing achievements for that. And you made a start on the last DLC as well. So Rimmer, I think it's called, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the only release we've got going on in December, and it's the last one that we're committing to Hexseed. So it's a big one. It's a big one. Yeah. So thanks to everyone who supports us. Please check out the DLCs that we're releasing later today. Well, last week for you. Thanks for everyone at Discord who's been chatting to us constantly. Yeah. Just thanks to Patreons.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you.